The following footage is certified PG. Pretty great.
Welcome everybody to Breakfast Takes. My name is Ed, also known as the Dad Hand. With me, my good friend, the mayor himself, Mr. Donnie Wise. What's going on, my friend?
Oh, just getting older every day, Ed. Hey, getting older every day.
Dude, you're killing me, bro. Like you started to I was like when you were getting on, your face, it was hilarious because you're like this. I'm like, what happened, bro?
Like I said, it's like hey, every day you just wake up with a new ailment that wasn't there when you went to sleep.
Isn't it fun?
It's like, man, where did this one come from? This
Getting old absolutely sucks, dude.
exactly.
It's just no ifs or way around it. It's just that's how it goes, man. Like you just like wake up and you know what? It's funny you say that, and I'll let you tell your story. But I know that I'm not meant for office work.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I sit down, and I got one of those chairs where like it pushes your middle back, and so it's good. It's a good chair. Like
Right.
I had to buy a new chair, because my back was killing me, and then so I was like, okay, but like I sit down for a long period of time,
Yeah.
my back is killing me.
Oh yeah.
I walk around, I'm good. Make that make sense.
Right. Yeah, my regular job, I'm on my feet a lot, long
Yeah.
periods of time. So my lower back gets to me, tends to get to me, but I've been doing a lot of work helping Rhonda in the office, so I've been sitting in a chair, and it's not the
Yeah.
most comfortable chair. There's some office chairs there, but where I chose to kind of work from is not the best chair, but I make do.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's having anything to do with all my back issues. I was telling you, Sundays seem like the only day I don't have a back issue,
Yeah,
and
because
it's
you're
because
not
I'm
doing much.
not doing much. I'm stretched out in the recliner a lot of the day. Um, but yeah, just getting up and down some, and then all of a sudden I wake up this morning and like from my hip to my knee just doesn't want to cooperate.
I'm with you.
Just like, where did this one come from? It's like I twisted wrong,
100% with you.
slept at the wrong angle. I don't know. It's just like soreness in the muscle too. It's not like a joint thing, or maybe it is kind of up in the hip a little bit.
Nope. 100% with you. That's how it goes.
Yep.
And it's funny because and I don't know, it's the last couple of weeks since I hurt my back. I've been a lot more sore. You know what I mean? And I think it's
Right.
this cold weather. I'll be honest with you. The cold weather is not I'm not a fan of it because it tightens my middle back in my
Right.
lower back. Like from my middle back to my lower back, it kills it. And I'm like, I don't need this right now. I don't need this right now.
Yeah.
Like I need to get better because obviously that I play baseball still, and I'm like I need to play, you know,
Yeah.
and if I don't play, whoo baby, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah.
Put a new glove. I'm actually doing some new workouts now that like it's specifically for baseball related and stuff like that. So I was like, I can't.
Yep.
So how was the rest of your weekend, man? How was Valentine's?
Oh, it was good. We didn't do anything. Like I told you over text, it was like, yeah, because you kind of had a whole weekend of it. You're still at
Oh
that age where it's all weekend.
yeah, but bro, it's
Us, a day is barely a day.
man,
No,
it's
I surprised Rhonda with some flowers on Friday. I was just over there at her office, and well, actually, I came over to her office because I had worked all night Thursday night, didn't get home till early in the
yeah.
morning Friday, and so she was already at the office. So yeah, I took some flowers over there, and then Saturday we invited friends. We had a longtime group of friends that none of us wanted to deal with the crowds and expensive restaurant and all that kind of stuff. That the traditional
Yeah.
Valentine's Day go out to dinner kind of thing. We've all been
Mhm.
married forever, and so yeah, we just had game night. We just sat over here
Nice.
and actually one of the guys, he's been having some issues. He had back surgery in January, and he wasn't feeling good. Felt kind of flu like, so he didn't even show up. So it was just me and Rhonda, one other couple, and then the wife of the third. group.
Nice.
We just basically sat around, ordered some pizza. We ordered those heart-shaped pizzas from Papa John's, and had some cocktails. Rhonda came up with a cocktail recipe, and just sat
Okay.
around talking and telling stories and playing board games and card games and stuff for a while. But it got
That's
to be about
awesome.
9 o'clock, and it was like, all right, we got to wrap this thing up. We got to go and go to bed.
But it's funny. So Friday, like, we hung out, like, because our schedule just recently changed where Fridays after school was Mia's um gymnastics class,
Right.
right? So by the time we got done, we went to go out to eat, and that's our usual Friday night. And so the last couple of weeks have changed where now it's Monday because she moved up in her class, right? Which
Yeah.
I'm happy for because obviously she moved up, right? But it's like early on now. It's like a 4:30 class. I'm like, dude, you're killing me here, right? Like,
Right.
I'm still working, but like, that's fine, no big deal. And so Friday we went out to eat, we came home, we chilled, we just relaxed, dude. We just didn't do shit because it started to get kind of crappy
Right.
here over the weekend. Saturday, I woke up, I went straight. I was like, listen, I gotta go to the gym. You know what I mean? Saturdays I go to the gym. Sundays I was gonna go yesterday, but we had a lot of stuff. I'll tell you here in a second. Saturday we're going to the gym, come home, and I'm like, all right, girls, I'm taking you girls to. I got reservations for a restaurant. It's a new restaurant here in Fuquay. It's called the Library,
Okay.
and it looks like spitting image of the board game Clue,
Oh man, that sounds
right?
awesome.
Right. So it's literally the
Yeah.
library, right? So we went, dude. Such a good steak.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, so good. So took them out, and then we went and did some stuff around. We ran around. I've been looking for a carry-on luggage because your boy's going to Puerto Rico,
Right.
and I'm not trying to buy anything expensive. I'm not trying to um like pay extra for like sending it over. You know what I mean?
Right.
Carry on only. So that Mia has her own carry on, Darla has her own carry on, I got my own carry on. Is what we're doing. Boom, boom,
Yep.
boom, boom. That's it. And obviously our backpacks. So I did that. But man, dude, did that sent over Mia to her friends were having a little not girls' night.
Right.
And so I was like, yeah, girl, go ahead, do your thing. You know what I mean? Don't mind me. I'm cool. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And so she stayed overnight, and then Darla and I went to, 2 places afterwards because I hadn't planned anything 'cause I was under the impression it was just gonna be the 3 of us all weekend, right?
Right.
And so I didn't plan, anything for us to do, and she was like, "No, I'm with you." Like, I mean, I thought we were going to do that until they invited her. So I was like, "Alright, cool." So we went out to this new place that opened up. It's called Bricks and Brews.
Okay.
Bricks and Brews is a bar, but also somewhere you can go in coffee shop that you can go and um, play Lego.
Oh wow.
So it's Lego. Like you can go
Yep.
and build Lego. You know that wall they have with all the circles that you can put all the Lego inside with the different colors. They also have that wall. So it was pretty
Okay.
cool. I was like, all right, let's go. You know what I mean? So we did that. And then, bro, we went to this place here, Triple Barrel. It's a bar. But it's also like they had a bunch of pool tables. We were there for the rest of the night, man. It was a fun night.
Wow.
Beers, pool, and cheesy fries with bacon top. That's the way to go.
There you go. There you
You
go.
know,
Yep.
that was it. Darla had to do her own like girls thing yesterday, and me and I hung out.
Yeah, we didn't do much of anything yesterday. Rhonda had some work to do, and we actually we haven't circled back around on any of the shows lately. The stuff we've been watching, but the new season of Lincoln Lawyer came out
Hmm.
recently, a week or so ago. Dude, we just binge watched the whole season. It's like 10 episodes.
Must
We
be
just
nice.
It's just like, we're just gonna lay here and go through this. It's like watching a long ass movie.
Must be
Because you
nice
just,
because
no commercials. It's on Netflix. You just go from one episode right into the
the
next, and the
next,
next,
yeah,
and you just go through the whole entire arc of the season, and boom, it's done.
yeah. See, no, not. I wish I was able to watch some kind of TV this weekend, man. I
I,
just
I,
didn't have
I was
time.
I was just burned out on everything else. I mean, I did get up and watch my Atletico Madrid
I
stink it
didn't.
up.
Yeah, they did.
Once
I
I was
didn't
kind of
watch
like,
anything. I did
yeah,
not. I played a little bit of video games yesterday. I've been replaying one of my favorite video games, but like I didn't watch any sports. I didn't have time.
yeah. I needed a break. We've been watching all the Olympics.
So have I. So and the
and
Olympic
and
was
it, and it's like I'm kind of like overloaded
burnt out.
on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't even catch the USA hockey versus Germany. I think you said you watched it Sunday, Phil? Maybe it was a replay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was Saturday, but maybe I just got my days wrong. But yeah, I haven't watched a lot of the hockey yet either. I think I've watched parts of the one against Canada.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just needed a break from the Olympics too. It's like I've been trying to catch stuff here and there. The curling, the
Oh, see, that's
skeleton.
the one I've been watching, curling.
I did watch some of the women's monobob,
Which
and
one? The laying down or
no, the one man bobsled.
oh wow.
Yeah, I was like, a friend of mine texted and said something about he was watching it too. I said, yeah. I said, bobsled's awesome. You got one bob, two bobs, or four bobs.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's right.
That's it. The amount of skill that it takes for it to what's up default. Um, it's unreal. Who finished it? Nope. Did not.
I saw.
I'm not a NASCAR guy, guys. I'm not. I really am
Yeah,
not.
I've gotten out of it. The only reason I mean, I knew it was happening yesterday, and I used to always just like to watch the Daytona 500, if nothing else, but I just wasn't even into that yesterday. I wouldn't have even known what happened if I hadn't seen that
I'm
Michael
with
Jordan,
you.
his team won the championship or won the race, and Michael's up there hugging that trophy like he did this first NBA championship and stuff. And I mean, good for him. He's been at it for a while. The man loves NASCAR, but yeah, I did see the replay of the finish because they had one wreck that ended up sending the guy who won to the front, and then as he's getting ready to cross the line, the guys behind him jockeying just took out everybody.
Do you
It's
know
like,
how? Do you know how bad I did not want to watch sports this weekend? Which is bad, right? Because
yeah,
this is what we do.
this is
Like
what we do. We talk sports, and
we
we're
talk
like, I'm
sports.
done.
Today, this weekend was not the weekend. But you know what I did? We ordered Chinese food yesterday. Oh God, I love Chinese food.
Yeah, me too.
We
I
ordered
can eat
Chinese
Chinese
food.
all the time.
Oh my God, I love Chinese food. Darla doesn't really like that Chinese food. I'm the one who likes it. But anyways, ordered Chinese food and we watch Expedition Unknown.
Okay.
We've been binge watching Expedition Unknown. That's the one that we've been watching as a family.
Okay.
And man, is it good. We absolutely. Darla goes, does he ever solve anything on the show? Which, you know what? To her defense, it's true. He really doesn't, you know what I mean? But
Right.
it's fun, though, like, because you get to explore all over the world and all that, which, dude, who wouldn't, you know?
Oh yeah.
I kind of want to do something along those lines, but it's like going to different countries and visiting different baseball leagues. That's what I want to do.
See that would be cool. That would be very cool because I forget who it was. One of the Stadium Chaser people, or
Mhm.
I've got several different.
I know there's too many of them.
I know, but there's several that I follow about stadium chasing, and somebody posted a picture of an old stadium in I don't even remember. I can't remember where it is now. So I want to say it was
Yeah.
in South America somewhere or Central America, and it was just like, does anybody have any information on this stadium? And people were chiming in, and apparently it's like back in the early 2010s or early 2000s, they were building this baseball stadium,
Mhm.
and then the government's so corrupt that it kind of
Stopped.
just stopped for a long time. And then there's an article from like 2014 or 2020 that it was going to be open within 6 months, and somebody was like, nope, it's not happened yet, and it's just overrun. Like the pictures look like they're current, where it's just so overgrown and stuff. But things like that, like I go find out like what's the deal with this stadium,
But
and
that's what
find
I'm
some old
saying.
stadiums that actually were played in, like in the Caribbean and stuff. That would be kind of cool. because
Go
that's where a
there or
lot of
even
metro
watch
leagues were.
yeah, and then include some, like, baseball leagues that are current going on and go watch some games and then experience it from firsthand because obviously you and I, we watch baseball here in the States, right?
Yeah,
Like, we go to minor league games, we go to indie games, we go to collegiate woodbine, we do everything.
yeah.
So, it's right? It's what we do. And so, like, okay, so how do people treat baseball in other countries? Obviously, we know how Japan is and all of that. So, like, I
Yeah.
want to be able to see, like, let's say that I don't know, Spain or France or any other, like they got a baseball league. They're trying to figure out how they do, the Dutch.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fascinating.
Yeah. I sent you guys an article last night. You may not have seen it yet. I texted a Instagram reel or something from this guy who went over to Australia and bought two teams.
Oh my god,
And
I'm glad you mentioned that because I saw that.
yeah, and it was like the people there just like there's a rich history of Australian baseball players, but they don't support the teams. Like nobody, they don't promote them very well. I mean, you and I know we follow Australian Baseball League, and they've dropped down to four teams this year, and they used to be
Hmm.
eight. And it's like, why are these? Why is this country not supporting these teams? And I mean, it just seems like they could have, especially with Japan, Korea, China. I mean, a lot of uh, Asian countries nearby that are so baseball centric, and it just seems like Australia, because they have had a lot of baseball history, um, the fans would support it. But it's almost like the guy said, some of these people have no idea outside of the people that are just like in that hyper local community, don't know anything about it, and they just don't show up because he thought, oh, it's
Yeah.
opening day, it's going to sell out. And he goes out there and there's nobody there hardly. It's like, what the heck?
And I see that's one of the leagues that it's been on my bucket list for so long.
Yeah,
Um, because I want to go see what and you know what? You're right. And he did mention because I did watch the video, but I watched it because I saw it as well,
yeah,
and I automatically hit follow on the guy
yeah,
because I want to follow him and fit and get it, see how it is the league,
yep,
and so I've been wanting to like what are they doing in order to promote the game, right? Because obviously if you go to Australia, the biggest games over there is going to be rugby. Rugby is like a big game, cricket, big game
yeah,
over there, right? And so baseball is going to fall really down the line when it comes to popularity because they even like basketball over there. They do soccer, right? So there's all this other sports that they follow that don't necessarily are baseball. And you're right. And obviously you and me was like, well, how can people not like baseball? It's like not everybody's going to like baseball.
right. There's
You know
not
what
a
I
lot.
mean?
I mean, there's people here. There's tons of people here that don't follow baseball
Right.
as big as it is in
Exactly.
this country. So yeah,
But I'm
yeah,
fascinated.
yeah. It's like, what does the league got to do to like I don't know what the broadcast situation is in Australia, like
Mhm.
television or sports on television, things like that. But it's like they need somebody to get them in front of people, and maybe they just don't have a TV contract of any kind. I don't know.
Mhm.
I mean, I know like with us, we can watch the Australian Baseball League online
Mhm.
through several different types of scenarios, but I don't know what they can see in the country. If they, like I said, they made us not have any kind of contract, so people are like, "Oh, I didn't even know we had baseball teams here."
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
And so I kind of want to go there right now.
yeah,
I want to go
definitely.
there and just experience it because it's on the opposite time of the year that they play
Yeah,
for us.
yeah, because I mean, their games have been going on now, and so yeah, it's like
I'm looking it up right now.
it's our winter, but their league has been going on as we speak.
Let me take a look here. So there's 4 teams, okay? You got the Sydney Blue Sox, which is one of the teams that I follow, okay?
That's one of the most iconic ones they have.
Exactly, that's one of the most iconic ones. The logo is amazing. We got that. You have the same hat
We
too,
have the
don't you?
same, yep, the official league hat. Yep,
Yep. The Perth Heat.
yep. That's
Uh,
another one of the long time ones.
I love that logo.
That is pretty cool.
It's such a simple logo, but I love it.
Yep.
Then you have the Brisbane. and I'm Brisbane. I'm sorry, I apologize if I'm butchering this up. You know what I mean? The Bandits.
I think they
With
say Brisbane. I think it's
Brisbane.
Brisbane. I think that's
Yep.
how it's pronounced. I've heard.
And then finally the
Adeline. I think it's
Adeline,
Adeline.
the Giants.
Yeah, Adeline Giants.
So I might have to go on YouTube and just like stream some of these games already happen
Yeah,
and take a look. But yeah, definitely, I'm such a fan. There's 14s. That's fine. Listen, if you have to do what you got to do, right? You have to like if you say like, all right, we have to go down to 4 teams to make this league, better to make that happen. Then let's go ahead and do that. That's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and put 4 teams. Let's get better, right?
yeah.
Let's
Don't
increase the
stretch it so
popularity.
thin that you killed the league or anything like that.
Exactly. And so go ahead, do it. Do what you got to do. You know what I
Yep.
mean? I'll say this: we gotta do better on this merchandise, though, guys.
Yeah, that's one thing when I started following them, just trying to get merchandise. It's expensive one because it's going to come from Australia. It's like
Yeah,
getting something out of Canada, um, but worse. But yeah, they just don't have a good.
their hats.
There's no good one place. There's no good like we're used to good merch sites that carry some of this stuff.
And again, I think it has to do with popularity, right?
Yeah,
Um, and so I kind of am very intrigued on how to make this happen to get them to come and promote the
yeah,
league. And I think this is one of those things that's also with this new Zebulon team, right? That's going to be coming here, right? All Australian players, all of
right.
that. So I think it'll be very interesting to get a feel of how they play. Granted, yes, we know it's the same baseball game, guys. I get that,
But
but
the
like in Japan,
strategy,
strategy is different. In Japan is totally different than it is here. In the Caribbean is totally different than they play here. So it's going to be different, and I'm
yeah.
very intrigued by it. Very
Oh
intrigued.
yeah, and hopefully this pipeline with W Line, maybe that helps grow the game there some too potentially. I don't know specifically how that's going to work, but it just seems like there's got to be a way to do it. And talking about the merch, I mean, if I was those guys, I'd find a way as a league to have merchandise for all 4 teams readily available online
Agreed.
to ship international. So because there's so many people here in the U.S. that would buy it, and that's an influx of money. Try to find a way
Agreed.
to get the shipping at a reasonable rate. I mean, you got FedEx there, just FedEx. It can't be that much more expensive.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Or
So
you know what? Here's I know this is gonna sound crazy. Team up with somebody here in the US.
true, yeah, that's true. Yeah, find somebody here that can manufacture those and have a U.S. based uh, online store.
Right?
Hey,
You
maybe
don't
you and
have
I,
to sh-
you and I should do that. We should start it. We should start a CBM
yeah, a online store for the Australian
online store
Baseball
for
League.
Australian Baseball League and some of these other leagues that we just need to find a way to partner and get a manufacturer that can help us produce everything consistently. And
Exactly.
maybe we're onto something. I don't know.
You know how cool that would be though?
That would
Like
be
you know
very
what,
cool.
guys? Let's partner together. Let's partner up. Let's promote. All of these leagues, like especially start with with the Australian Baseball League. I'm like, we are going to be your number one supplier here in the United States of sending hats and all that. Like, send us all your shipment, right? And we'll
Yep.
distribute it from here.
Yep. Absolutely.
I think it'll be cool, right?
It would
Like
be
I mean,
very cool.
you got the Bandits, you got the Heat, you got the Blue Sox, right? And the Giants. All right, you got 4 teams. Let's make something happen.
Yep. Absolutely.
Obviously, we've already chosen the team that we follow.
Yep.
Um, but that doesn't mean that we don't have to, because they got some great stuff, man. That they
Well,
do.
as much as I love that official league corduroy hat, I'd love just like a traditional baseball hat with that logo on it, just like a
So do
gamer
I.
kind of hat. Yeah, like a 5950 or a 3930,
They're
920.
they do have a really nice Sydney Blue Sox hat fitted. However, they only have it in the 7 and 7 1/4.
Hmm. See, teams like those guys, and I know Patrick hates this, but like they need to partner with like CapEx or somebody and just
Like,
do like
yes.
the multiple the stretch fit sizes, because that way they don't get stuck with weird amount of inventory of fitteds. Because I
Mhm.
mean, it's one thing if you're going to eventually sell it all because of the popularity, but
Mhm.
some of these teams they don't have it, and they're going to end up stuck with some sizes that they'll never sell
I
because
got
only so many are
exactly.
going to buy it. So definitely do stretch fit, kind of like summer wooden bat leagues. A lot of them don't go with sized fitteds for that very reason. They're like, I don't want to get stuck with all these 7 and 5/8 or whatever the weird size might be.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And so I'm with you. I'm with you there. Like I don't want to go in there and be like, "Oh, we don't have anything." So I can't support, right? Because I wanna be able to the way that you and I support is by purchasing merchandise.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how we support. And if I can't do anything about it, then you know what I mean? Well, how am I so support? Obviously, watching a game is stupid because for us it's like super late. You know what I mean? We're sleeping
Yeah,
at that
exactly.
point.
I know because I follow the league, and I see stuff about games, and it's gonna be like 2 3 a.m. our time. I'm like, I'm not getting up in the middle of the night to watch the
There's
game.
not a chance in hell I'm doing that. It's already
No,
bad enough that I gotta get up early, and I bad enough that I have to wake up, early and go to bed. You know what I mean? So it's just not gonna happen.
I mean,
See,
and most of their games are the weekend, but it's like, the last thing I want to do is like be up from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. on Saturday into Sunday or something, and then yeah, it just messes your whole week up.
weird. That's my size. There it is. Listen, it's right there
I
on the
knew as soon as I said a size that I was going to catch somebody. I didn't realize that was Phil. So
yeah, Phil, boom, done. Love it. Uh, I don't see anything. Have you seen any of their? Because I'm looking at their website, but I don't see any schedules.
I have to do a little digging on my app here because I had something.
Oh, you have the Australian Baseball League app too?
Yeah,
The last thing I have is from back in November 25th. Unless it's over, the season is over.
let's see. Well, I don't want to waste airtime. I'll do some digging while we're talking about some other things.
Yeah.
If I can find it.
So I do have the app, so I gotta make sure that I have it. But yeah, like the last thing I have is from back on November 15th, no score, and it was postponed November 15th. It was gonna be the Sydney Blue Sox against the Bandits
Hmm.
on their official website. Okay,
Yeah,
so
the
they
team websites to me are very, very uh, tough.
yeah, exactly. And so we'll see. Like I mean, unless they're doing like a we're pausing it for the World Baseball Classic, right? Maybe.
Yeah, that's true because they could with the Australian team possibly.
Mhm.
Yeah, could be something to do with that.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
That's my hope that is it's being done because of that, right? I'm not seeing anything as far as like when was this? Well, 2020, actually I think it's over.
The season may be over because they are talking about some teams here and players that have signed with other teams here in the States or managing.
Yeah, they're the
And there's a lot
2026
of,
the Giants are the 2026 champions.
okay, so that must have been in January sometime that they had the championship or
Yep.
late December.
So there it is, guys.
Okay.
Now we know. The one that I really liked and then it's no longer around is the Melbourne Aces.
Right.
I also like that league that team a lot. A little disappointing that they're not playing anymore.
Yeah, it looks like the guy that was once the manager of the Aces, this was 3 days ago from the Australian Baseball League, been
Mhm.
appointed manager of the Dunedin Blue Jays.
Okay.
He spent
Really?
last year as a coach with the Braves in their Florida Complex League. So now you've got a guy from the Australian team from the Aces that's going to be the manager of a minor league team here in the States.
No way.
Yeah.
Actually, the Melbourne Aces are still playing.
They have 2 levels there, so maybe the Aces are down a level.
This is interesting.
Maybe they just have the 4 upper level teams. I can't. Again, I need
See,
to.
they're playing. Now, now we're going down. Now we're going down that that
Because
rabbit hole.
I remember because listening to our friend Terry McCutcheon when he started his podcast last year, one of the first people he had on, I think it might have been the very first or one of the very first, was a player from Abilene Bison that was playing in Australia, but he was over there
Interesting.
on a team that fed up to one of the big teams. He was part of the
Interesting.
organization, but they have some kind of structure over this. For lack of a better term, they have a minor league level below those other primary teams, and so you can kind of go up and down amongst those. But I think it's only like one. Like you got the top level and the second level. It's not like 3 or
Gotcha.
4 layers deep.
We're definitely going down the rabbit hole now.
Yep.
We're going down the rabbit hole on this one. So we're gonna find out.
We'll get some more information.
Oh, it's gonna happen now because
Definitely.
you know what I mean. Like now, I need to find out exactly what's going to happen, what's happening.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So they do have some hats here for the Melbourne Aces.
Oh, okay.
See, we're going down. We're going. See, okay. Anyways, all right. So we're gonna report back to you guys on the Australian Baseball League on the sports in Australia. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We're gonna get you guys a full report when it comes back to that. Okay, so
Absolutely.
stay tuned for that because now we're both like, okay, baseball. See, this is what happens. We're trying to figure out baseball,
and we can tie it to the Carolinas because of the Zebulon team. So 100%. It still ties into our thing of North and South Carolina sports here.
Don't you
on
worry.
Breakfast Tapes.
I will find a way to justify this because it's gonna happen.
Absolutely,
it's gonna happen. It's already done and over with. Okay, it might bleed over into our Monday night show. So just so you guys know, it's probably gonna bleed over into that. Okay, so all right, so we have that. So let's put a pin on the Australian baseball sports all together baseball thing because it's gonna take a while to figure that out. It's gonna take a while. So there you go. All right.
I was gonna say I just comment on Phil's. He watched the Lady Gamecocks beat LSU for the 18th straight time. So I mean, get it. I get it, Phil. South Carolina women's basketball. Y'all have become what Connecticut women used to be, or Tennessee when Pat Summitt was there. I don't think anybody hardly can beat you. And I mean, I wish my teams were there. So I'm not hating on it or complaining about it, but I mean, it's like Alabama football. It just kind of gets boring if you're the only one winning all the time.
I'll say this.
But shout out to them. They're doing fantastic. I mean,
I'm not a fan of what's her name at LSU.
Oh, the coach there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. She's a piece of work, man.
I'm not a fan at all. Never been.
No, not
I
at all.
Stand her.
No. And I thought it was funny. I don't know if you saw the video from this particular game where she's got the whole team. She's berating them on the sideline. And they're like, can anybody guard so-and-so? And all of a sudden one girl raises her hand. She was not trying to get somebody to actually answer. She was giving them the business. And so, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But it's funny because you don't hear anything about men's basketball at South Carolina. Like when you talk basketball, it's like lady basketball.
Yeah.
But I can imagine back in the day, like with Tennessee, with Pat Summitt, if they talked about Tennessee basketball, you weren't talking about the men's game or Connecticut. No. Now, Connecticut's had both men and women be top level for a while at times. But yeah, I mean, Dawn Staley's just gotten the Lady Gamecocks on a roll. And you and I know, I mean, there's only so many teams in women's college basketball that are good, and everybody else is just like playing for, fourth or fifth place. There's like 4 or 5 teams at the top, and then nobody else is very competitive.
Bro, why is it that like as soon as you mention sorry to get on a different tangent here, but like as soon as you're talking about the Rosario Baseball League, William Cole III shows up on my feed.
Oh yeah.
If you don't know who William Cole III is,
I don't. Tell me.
He is the founder of Black Pearl Sports Group, owner of the Sydney Blue Sox and the Perth Heat.
What?
That's his name.
Okay. All right.
That's
We
his
might,
name.
we might need to talk to him.
I
See
might
if
have
we
to reach out.
see if we can't get some promotion going here for these guys and get involved in some stuff going.
Yeah, I might have to reach out and figure out what's going on over there. So there you go, boys and girls.
All
Now
right.
we're getting somewhere. Okay,
We're
we're getting
stirring we're
somewhere.
stirring the pot a little bit here. See
There
if
it
we
is.
get something to rise to the top.
All right, so he is an American. Okay,
Okay.
he is an American. And it's funny because Zebulon Baseball follows them.
Okay.
So we're gonna figure this out.
Yep. Definitely.
It might have to be an invitation to the Dad Hat Chronicles podcast, which, by the way, is not coming out this morning. I took the weekend off, spending time with the family, and that's exactly what I did. No regrets. No regrets.
And nor should there be.
No. Hey, I want to talk about really quick because I touched on this a little bit on Thursday night, but like I told you that I was in Asheville on Wednesday and Thursday.
Right.
And then Thursday on my way out, because I was doing some volunteer work for work. We're doing at the Manna. It was at their uh, where they do all the food and all that.
Right.
And so we were hanging out, all of my coworkers and everything. So on my way out, once what I was done after lunch, I was like, you know what? I have to drive by that area anyways. Let me go ahead and stop by the Asheville Tourist Ballpark. I
Right.
didn't call anybody or anything because I knew you're probably not going to have anybody. We're still in the off season here for them for the single A team. So I
Yep.
drove by. Everything is very like far closed out, because there's still construction going on. By the way, if you guys didn't
Right.
know, there's a lot of construction going on in that place.
Yep.
I don't know how much of it is going to be ready for the new season. Be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're saying that it will. I saw they posted over the weekend actually a couple of pieces of some murals that are going up.
I'll tell you this. They're doing a really good job blending in some of the old school with new stuff.
Yeah.
And we talked about this, like how they have the roof on the ballpark.
Hmm.
It is so very 1960s.
Oh yeah.
It is so iconic and so beautiful, and I love it.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's still there. No, that's not going away, right? And we talked about this, and then as the outfield goes, like you cannot go any further out because you got the mountain. That's it.
Yeah.
There's a mountain there. Can't go anywhere. That's pretty good chance that you're not going to go anywhere else. And
Right.
then right above it, there's a soccer field and track and all that. So there's nothing you couldn't do anything. But they're expanding to the sides. So
Yep.
we're definitely going to have to do a weekend trip over there to go take a look at a couple of games over there, watch some baseball over there.
Yeah, that's one of my goals is to try and get up there to another game this season. 'Cause it's only a couple hour drive for me as well.
It's
Um,
four and a
4
half.
hours. Yeah, it's about 2.5 for us.
What the?
Yeah. Yeah. So straight up the interstate through Spartanburg, and we can be there in 2.5 hours. So
Unreal.
I definitely want to get there and see that. And we don't have the Fireflies actually only have one home series in the month of June. They're off the first week, the third week, and the fourth week of June, and we don't have any real travel. So I may have to pick a weekend game to run up to Asheville and check out the new stadium and see a game on a Saturday or something up
Okay.
there.
All right. All right. So
Convince Rhonda to do that.
I told the wife this, like, we got to take a weekend over there. Like, yeah, we'll watch a game, but then obviously we're going to have to do other things to make
Sure.
sure that we're taking care of her, what she wants to do.
Well, there's and I know Darla likes outdoor type stuff, and I'm sure with Mia, the arboretum.
Mm-hmm.
Put the arboretum on the bucket list
Yep.
for Asheville because Rhonda's cousin lives near there, and they always have some cool exhibits. And it's just a cool little place to hike around in. I don't think I think they got some trails, but I don't think they're
Okay. All right.
difficult trails or anything that I can think of. But but definitely put the Arboretum there for the girls because they would love that.
Okay, I'll take a look at that. No, I'll definitely put it on there, as long as I keep the churro Sunday. Hey, churro Sunday, I'm all in for that. Mia is
Absolutely.
on a churro trajectory. Like, she wants to eat churros. I'm like, baby girl, where'd you get this thing from? Like, would you all of a sudden you want to eat churros?
Like Eric loves him some churro too.
Yeah, so we're definitely gonna be heading over there. So like my goal this summer is like I know that I'm not gonna be able to do a lot of like traveling outside of the state this
Yeah.
summer, but I am going to try to do a lot of like going out to a lot of ballparks in this area, like day trips and things like that. So stay tuned for that because I want to get as many games as possible. Obviously, your boy's going to Puerto Rico in March.
Right.
And
That's gonna be a
so
cool
that's
trip.
my first game this year. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a Puerto Rico game because every single one of those games is sold out.
Imagine that.
Crazy, right?
Exactly.
But I get to go home. I get to be at home. I might be able to like go somewhere to watch the game and things like that. And so we'll see. We're gonna go. We'll probably go somewhere to a bar or something like that to watch the games and enjoy it. Eat some food and
Yeah.
watch some games. Why not?
I thought about you watching the Lincoln Lawyer last night. So saying we watched that all day yesterday,
Yeah.
and the character on there is of Mexican descent. You know, he's from
Hmm.
Mexico and all that. And one of they always have these cool little cultural things in there. So he goes to the FBI office, and outside the FBI office is I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, paleta, popsicle, paletas, is what I'm saying
Paleta.
that? Paleta.
Yeah.
They have a cart selling those, and he gets that and he puts the tahini on there,
Mhm.
and he walks in and he's kind of antagonizing the feds. And then later on in the show, his ex wife, who works with him, she calls the FBI from down there outside the office and tells the lady look out the window. And she's like, "He was right. These are the best paletas in the city." It's like as soon as I heard the word and I knew what that was, and I was like, because there's an identity in
Oh, yeah,
minor league
baseball
baseball.
identity, minor league baseball,
I was
yeah.
like, it's like I tied it to baseball. I tied it to you because I thought about you because I know you've said something about the paletas before and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Just I was like, man, that's funny how just little nuggets like that find their way into to something you
Yep.
don't expect.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
So, I kinda want one right now. I wanna eat a paleta right now. Damn it, son of a bitch.
Sorry about that.
You got
Um,
me.
so not, I mean, I'm gonna fall on my own sword here. So my Clemson basketball team, real quick, did
Mm,
not have a good week at all.
they did not.
We've been on a roll and lost to Virginia Tech in a game we
Mm,
should probably have not lost. I watched some of that game. I watched a lot of that game, and our guys were just playing. They were playing out of control. They weren't playing smart. I don't know. They got down and they got panicked.
mm.
But then we went to Duke. Oh man, that was not
And
a good game. I didn't see any of it. I unfortunately did not get to watch any of that game. I
you
wish I.
probably is it probably is a good thing then that you
Yeah,
didn't watch
I mean, we
much
only
of
put up
that.
54 points, so yeah. I mean, and again,
That's awkward.
yeah, but Brownell, I saw his post game talking about, look, it's just one bad week. Let's keep moving on. I'm like, okay.
If
Hopefully
you
you
say
kind of,
so.
yeah. It's almost like when you have a team. I mean, they weren't undefeated, obviously, but they only had one loss in the conference going into the
Yeah.
week, and they were chasing Duke. And now all of a sudden they're not chasing Duke as much with two more losses in the conference, and one of them being to Duke. But we're still in a good place. But this is the thing about Clemson basketball. They always seem to do really good, and then they get to the tournament and they don't.
In the shit the
So
bed.
yeah, so it's like the Baltimore Ravens or whatever. It's like, yeah, they're a good regular season team, but they're not a good postseason team. Or the
Oh, they're
Bills,
my regular season champions.
exactly. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they'll bounce back from this and get things going because they've actually had a really good season despite a turnover of an entire team, except for one player that returned. So just wanted to put that out there. I can take it. My team didn't do good. I didn't want to gloss over and be like, "Oh, you didn't talk about Clemson basketball because they did so bad." But
No, they
it is,
sucked. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. That's right.
Uh,
Um,
I'm full disclosure. I only paid attention to college basketball during the tournament.
Same here. I pretty much do too. And the only reason I've really bring it up is that Clemson had been on a good run and was hoping to see them maybe have a better showing against Duke because that's who is really the best team in the conference right now.
Yeah.
So
All right. So we're about 15 minutes left in the show. And obviously we have been talking about different teams in the Carolinas. Okay. We've covered the Asheville Tourist already. Which one are the ones? I know we did two.
and you talked about Charleston because I didn't have one ready last week.
The
So you
Charleston,
talked about River Dogs.
the River Dogs. That's right. We have two of them already. We've covered two teams so far, and so last night I did tell you that I was going to remind you.
You
But like,
did.
hey, just so you know, have a team ready for today.
Yep.
So, my friend, what team are we talking about today?
So the team we're talking about today, we're going to keep it in South Carolina, is the team that I originally intended on talking about last week and just didn't get ready. But as everyone can see, I'm wearing my Myrtle Beach Pelicans hat. This is a 1999 first season edition logo. Back to
If
the
they
old
had that
yellow and
little
black.
swinging pelican by himself,
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, absolutely. This was a great logo. This was a great identity that they had. So just a little background on the Pelicans. They actually started out or were the original Durham Bulls from the movie. They were that era, 1988 Durham
The
Bulls,
single A.
single A Durham Bulls that were featured in the movie is who became the Myrtle Beach Pelicans.
Mm-hmm.
Because of a restructuring in '97, Durham got a new AAA team, and so they shipped the single A team off to Myrtle Beach and rebranded them. But they had a 1 year stop in between to an identity that we both have thought was pretty cool. And it's kind of crazy that it only lasted for one season in Danville, Virginia.
And what that is, my
The
friend, tell me.
Danville 97s. So,
Yep.
because their stadium was not ready, they went from Durham, North Carolina, up the road to Danville, Virginia. 1 year as the Danville 97s, which pays homage to an old train wreck of and maybe there was something ominous about them being named for a train wreck for one
Right.
season. I don't know, but then they relocated in '99 as the Myrtle Beach Pelicans, which is where
Mhm.
they've been ever since.
I'm looking at them right now.
Yeah, they were they from their inaugural season through the first like 10, 11 years, they were a Braves affiliate. And then they were a Rangers affiliate, and they are currently a Chicago Cubs affiliate. Uh,
That's a
one of
weird
the
one.
yeah, but it's really cool at the ballpark. And in fact, another reason I brought them up, like you did with Asheville, they're going under a huge renovation to that stadium. That stadium has not had anything done to it since 1999, except for maybe a few things. They ripped out everything out there in the outfield, the clubhouse that they had, batting cages and everything. They were old school. You could walk in from the parking lot and see the batting cages, players back there hitting,
No way.
all kinds of cool stuff. I used to go behind the fence and this is something I figured out a couple of years ago when I started going to Myrtle Beach. If you walked out there behind the fence, it's just a wooded area. It's not enclosed. It's not, sectioned off.
Sure.
You could walk out there behind the scoreboard, beside the batting cages, and find baseballs just laying there in the straw in the woods and stuff.
No
And
way.
yeah, I went to two games. Prior to the game, I went back there, probably found 8 baseballs, and I just started walking around the stadium giving them to kids. I was in line. Kids were waiting to get in line with their gloves. I just walked up and like put a baseball in their glove, and they were like, "What?" So I was just like passing it along. I kept one for myself and gave all the rest of
Yeah,
them to some
absolutely.
kids. But yeah, you could just go out there and find, their old batting practice balls. There may be a home run ball or something. I don't know if they just never retrieved them or what, but they're just laying in the woods in the pine straw. So I
I
would
will say
definitely do
this.
that.
I will say this. There's one problem with this ballpark.
What's that?
There's nowhere that is shaded.
Yeah, but the way the sun is, it comes up in the east, which is facing the faces towards the water
Mhm.
to the coast. So most of the time, the sun does get behind you from the grandstands. I mean, I guess a midday game, obviously, but yeah, it's very much like it's very
I see
reminiscent of
that.
the old AT&T field in Chattanooga that they just moved out of because it's kind
Mm.
of the same model stadium where you got the high grandstand,
Mhm.
press box, and what little bit of suites there are, and then it's just bleachers all the way around.
I got you.
So yeah,
I'm looking
definitely
at
that.
it, and
Yeah,
it
but
is beautiful.
it's a very good stadium. It's a very good stadium to watch. In fact, so my story about the hat is I was telling you before the show. I went to a playoff game down there. I was working in Florence, drove over to Myrtle Beach for a
Sure.
playoff game against the River Dogs a couple years ago, and just got a single ticket sitting there in the stands behind the dugout. Started up a conversation with this older gentleman. He turned around and we were talking because I said something to him about liking his hat, and he was telling me about uh, having retired to Myrtle Beach many years ago. He's a former New Jersey police officer, and we spent the whole game just chatting. And
You talking
after
to strangers? Well, that's
just
just
yeah,
crazy.
just striking up a conversation with a random guy about baseball at a baseball game. Imagine
Right.
that. That's the
What are
beauty of
what are
that
the
is the
odds?
beauty of baseball. Um, so anyway, I took a picture with him after the game, and he took the hat off and handed it to me. I'm like, "Whoa, you don't need to." No, no, I'm not taking your hat. He's like, "Take it. I got plenty more at home." He's been coming there. He's been retired down there since the team started. And this hat here was off his head from the 1999 season. He's insisted I take it. He was telling me because he had worked at Yankee Stadium when he was a police officer,
Mhm.
security. They would get opportunity to work over there on off duty, and he got to know Sparky Lyle and Yogi
Jeez.
Berra, a lot of those guys back in the day in the '70s, early '80s. He would work a lot at old Yankee Stadium, so he got my address and he sent me a box of different things. One was a book that he had. It's an old book, but it was something that used to come out regularly, which surprised me. And I don't even know if they do this anymore. It was a book of addresses, like any player, an address that you could send them, like baseball cards, or send a letter to. And it was put out by the Players Association or players,
Ye
something to associate with the player.
I think
You
with
could
privacy issues now, I don't think that's such a good
I don't
idea.
know if they could do that, but back then it was a thing, and he just would, you could send baseball cards to these addresses and get them signed, and they would send them back to you, that kind of thing. So it's like, okay. But that he sent me a whole bunch of old hats. I sent one to George Falkowski because it was way too big for my head, and it was one that he didn't have. That was a very old school New Jersey Redbirds hat,
Sure.
Redbirds, Red Hawks, something like that. But anyway, it was just really fantastic place to watch a baseball game. Ron and I've gone to a couple of games together there. I've gone to a couple just on my own when I happened to be working down that way and went to catch a game.
Yep.
And just a really good stadium. And like I said, they're doing a ton of renovations to it, so it's going to look a little bit different this
I
coming season. The food is fantastic. Phil mentioned great ballpark food because they're a Cubs affiliate, they have a whole Chicago dog, Chicago theme food uh, area out in right field. It looks like a little mini Wrigleyville kind of concession area. It's really neat. So, and what's funny is before anybody knew who he was, one of the first games Rhonda and I went to, I saw this guy and his jersey had so many letters on the back of it. I was like, damn, it's one of those where the name
Yeah,
just
it just
went,
went on. Yeah.
yeah. Who plays for the Cubs now that would have a jersey like that?
Who?
Pete Crow Armstrong. I
No
was like,
kidding.
yeah, I was like, Crow Armstrong, that's a weird name. And I was like, yeah. So I got to see him play for Myrtle Beach Pelicans one game. And I was like, dang, that's a lot of letters to fit on the back of that jersey. And that's the only thing
Jeez.
that it struck me because I had no idea who he was. And then all of a sudden, a couple of years ago, he comes up with the Cubs. I'm like, I'll be damned. I know that name. Can't forget that one.
That is
So,
weird that it does have bleachers right. That's interesting.
yeah.
The seating arrangement for this ballpark is very interesting to me.
And they have a nice sand area down the left field line. It's like a beach area actually. They've got some little palm tree things down there,
Yeah.
and it's like picnic tables, like a family area, and it's just sand. It's like going out there and sitting on the beach watching a ball game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I am very intrigued by this ballpark.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's
All
old
right.
school. All the concessions are underneath the grandstands, so you can't go get something to eat and keep an eye on the game. You got to walk down the steps to get down to the food and stuff. But
Same with Zebulon. That's what we were just talking about. Like that is such a '90s ballpark right there. Like
very
if you think about '90s, it's like everything is underneath the stands.
exactly. They wanted
Wh-
all those bleachers out there for the people to see, and they didn't think like they think now.
Which now is like it's interesting how like there has been an evolution of the ballpark, even in the minor league ballpark, right? Because now you have everything. Like you see all of the food items, and you can still watch the game
Yeah.
while still waiting in line, right?
The Fireflies have carts that are on the field side of the concourse. So they have a barbecue cart, a Mexican cart, a Philly cheesesteak cart. They have beer vendors. You can stand there, order your food, watch them prepare your food while watching the game behind them and not miss anything. You're
Yeah,
not
I do
turning
remember
around.
that.
Yeah. I mean, if you go to the regular concession stands, yeah, you got to turn around while you're in line. But some of these carts, you can stand there and order food and watch the game while you're
But you have
ordering.
different concourses now, right? Like, you have the whole concourse now. You can have areas where you can just have standing tables. You can just hang out there and everything, which is what I like to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to walk around and just hang out. Like I don't want like to stay down the whole time. Be honest, sitting down for like 2.5 hours on those hard ass seats, I can't feel my ass afterwards at the end of the day, at the end of the game. So,
Absolutely, and that's the one thing. I don't know if they're doing this. I doubt they are. But if I was Myrtle Beach, I would have found a way to build a berm in the outfield
oh
because
God, yeah.
being at the beach, that would be ideal. Because the left field
Hmm.
corner was just metal bleachers, a huge amount of metal bleachers from the scoreboard all the way to the foul pole. And while that's kind of cool, the land is just so flat, though. I mean, if they were going to build a berm, they would literally have to build it. Like they'd have to put up a retention wall and just backfill it with dirt, put some grass on it, which would
Yeah,
be cool if they did that. It would be very cool.
yeah. And so I'm a fan of berms. You know what? I'm also a fan of all of the signage on the outfield wall.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I guys, I get it. That's like like that's the big no no, right? You know what I mean? But like, I am such a fan of that,
yeah. There's something nostalgic about that that's very cool.
and I think that's what it is. It's like my nostalgia is like now it's like kicking in on there. So I like that very much. So
Yeah.
very much. And their
Mer-
hats are great hats.
Oh yeah, I mean the new logo that they have is very cool. The new identity or the new style, the colors, the kind of aqua blue, almost powder. They have a lot of hats. They have a lot. They have a lot of alternates. I love their black and white kind of pirate identity that
I
they
love their
do.
pirates. Yeah,
Yeah.
their pirate identity is nice.
Now their Copa could use some work.
Some
I love the logo, even though it kind of looks like the front of a 1978
Trans Am.
Trans Am.
Yeah.
But still very cool. But yeah, they've some of their other variations, I should
Do you
say.
think if I make a worse Copa brands, people will get mad at us?
No, maybe they'll rethink their Copa brands.
Because I can think of a couple of bad Copa brands.
Yeah,
This is one of them.
yep. We need to do a Copa. Did we do a Copa tournament? No.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did do the Copa tournament, but we were trying to find the best one. We need to flip it and see what the worst ones are.
The top 10 worst Copa brands.
Yeah.
And I can think of 20. You know what I mean?
A new dad hate tournament.
Yeah,
Copa
Springfield,
brands.
looking at you, bro. Y'all
Yeah.
y'all Copa brand sucks.
Hey, let's get something out there and talk about these Copa brands that need some work. So,
Well,
maybe they'll try to put some work into fixing
we
them.
just talked about this. Remember the consulting agency?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
We
think
start firing some clips out there and tag these teams, and they'll be like, what are these guys doing? What are they talking about?
what we're talking about is the fact that your Copa brand sucks.
Exactly.
That's what we're talking about. And listen, no offense, like I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything, but like I'll be honest with you, I don't want to buy a Pelicanos um Copa brand because like I don't like it.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't.
lazy. It was lazy.
Springfield Cardinals don't like it.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I mean?
several teams are on their second, some even on their third iteration of Copa. And some of these teams, they've just been going like this one's been their only one. It's time for them to refresh it.
Phil, you're right. Just using the Spanish names of your mascot is lazy. Put more
Absolutely.
thought into it. Absolutely. Put
Yeah.
some more. Again, you know how much we would like love it. You know what I mean? We'll push it like hell yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But when you call yourself like the Cardenales or the, you know what I mean? There's some where like it makes sense. I get that. Like, okay, I'll say this: when the Daytona Tortugas came out with theirs, I'm like, really,
Right.
so disappointing.
Yep.
So, anyways, listen, we're at the top of the hour here, guys. Thank you for joining us. It's like I know it's not a lot of like sports related, but I think we both took a break from sports this weekend.
Yeah, and there wasn't a lot of North and South Carolina stuff going on. I mean, I'm
No.
sure if we dug down, we could find some stuff. Real quick on the Checkers, they actually had to postpone yesterday's game because of all the rain we've had. They had some leaks in the roof.
No way.
Yeah, so they're playing today instead of yesterday. They won Saturday night, but yesterday's game had to be postponed because of ice conditions from water leaking.
Isn't that not that's not the first time that they've postponed this season?
No, they. I mean, it's a great stadium, but it's an old one, and they've just gotta figure it out. They gotta get that fixed.
There you go. So, make sure you guys are following Donnie and I on all of the socials. We're pretty much anywhere, including TikTok. So make sure you hit us there. No school today. Nice. I'm working.
President's Day. Yeah,
I'm working.
Me too.
My daughter actually has to go to school today.
Oh wow.
The reason for that is because of all the time that they have missed at school. Today's one of those makeup days. So she's not happy.
Yeah, you got your President's Day. You didn't know it, but you got your President's Day with their snow and ice was out. So
we did exactly. She had a whole week, so this is one of their makeup days. So that's why we're doing school today. But Ed is also working. I'll be working here in a little bit. So we will see you guys next week, Monday. It is my turn to pick the new Carolina specific minor league baseball team. What team will be? We don't know. We'll figure it out then. But then we'll see you guys later on tonight at 8:30 for Break Even Sports, where we will be talking about. Actually, you know what? I think we're talking about some indoor football leagues.
Yeah, we got some new stuff to add to that. We've got we still have soccer, but
lots of soccer.
But the Premier League was the whole league was off this weekend, weren't they? I believe, yeah. They had a break this weekend, but we had some Bundesliga and La Liga. So we'll have some soccer talk. But yeah, we're gonna get into some new stuff and start talking about some of these alternate sports leagues. UFL's coming up. We'll be talking about UFL as well at some point here.
That's right. We will be talking about all of that. And then tomorrow night, DHC Sports Show, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, from 8 to 10. So make sure you guys are joining us that and hit the subscribe button on your YouTube channel. So that way you guys are always in the know when something does drop. And until then, we will see you guys on the next one. You guys have a good day.
Bye.